Gets a how old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
What's your birth year?
2007.
What month?
November.
And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Because he's making sure that, like, our country doesn't turn gay.
Definitely trolling. Let's go to the next person. Only sit a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, everybody. How old are you?
We are Charlie Kirk.
I failed to, like, disconnect them, so we heard more of their notes. Yo, it's how old are you?
I'm 18, born in 2008 of June. I live in Pennsylvania. It's 7:18 p.m. I don't know how you do it here. I'm usually on Parker's.
Wait, do you support
Parker.
Trump?
Yes, I do.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump. Hold up 1 second. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Why do you support Trump? Alrighty.
I support Trump because he helps with the immigration policy. I think the border and keeping it closed of Mexico is a very good thing for both sides because of the cocaine and fentanyl that comes.
I already have to kick you. It's TikTok TOS to say those words. Plus, you should look into the fact that Donald Trump has pardoned the ex-president of Honduras that trafficked over 400 tons of sea drug to our country. You should take a look into that real quick. I would look that one up. How old are you?
We are part.
Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, everybody. How old are you?
What's up, little bro? I'm here to debate.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
2008.
What month?
March.
Okay, and if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I'd vote for Trump because he's not like Dean Withers and he's not running from a singing battle with Moore. He's not running from a singing.
How does it feel to be the only Trump supporter left in existence?
Dude, great, because it feels like, you know, like a Jon Snow when he like faces
where are your
all
other?
like
Didn't you
Stannis'
say that
army.
you were gonna bring like your other MAGA friends into the live and they were gonna debate me? Where are your MAGA minions at?
MAGA minions?
Yeah,
Is that what you said?
yeah, MAGA minions.
Well, I don't understand that theoretical MAGA minions. It's kind of disrespectful to MAGA and my constituents.
No, it's disrespectful to Despicable Me and to the minions.
So do you think what's her name has a chance in the next presidential
when
election?
Are you gonna bring your friends?
I just got off of a live panel with my guys, and
Tell them to come out. Tell them to all come in. Remember, I was going to do a whole panel debating you and your friends? Remember?
You can't debate me and my friends. You can't even debate me, brother.
Tell them to come into the live. I'm waiting.
You're waiting on my friends to
I'm
come
waiting
in
on
and
you. I'm waiting on
debate
you and your friends. Again, remember we're going to do a full panel where I debate you and all of your friends at the same time?
Why did you crash out on Charlie Kirk? Genuinely, why did you crash
Before
out?
we talk about that, can you bring your friends into the live? I want to do like a
I don't know how to invite people. Okay.
No,
Hold on.
go tell them to come in the live, and you just remember their names, and I'll bring them all up.
I don't. None of them are. None of them are. You want a 1v6?
Yeah, like I want a 1v6. You guys.
Crazy. You can't even 1v1.
I destroyed you.
Can't
in
even 1v.
What do you mean? I can absolutely
never
1v6,
ever
you
in
guys.
existence.
So get your friends. Squad up. Squad up.
Brother, what do you mean squad up?
You want me to squad up?
Is this ain't a Fortnite Battle Pass lobby, brother?
Yeah, and that's
this
why you
is
can get
the
6
global
people. So
and
hop
economic
in,
stance
go
of
get your
our
friends.
future.
Do you have friends?
None of them, like I said, none of them are active. None of them are active.
MAGA friends, or are you just lying?
They have jobs.
They have jobs. Do I not have a job?
Dude, this is not. You cannot pay taxes on this career.
Really, I don't. Well, Gravid, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
God, we're gonna do this again.
Maybe sometime in the Shadow Realm. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the taxes. By the way, thank you, Ramona. Thank you for the $4.20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
What's your net worth?
Probably about a 5.
Do you know? Do you know your
it's
net
in the
worth?
trillions, dude. I'm a trillionaire.
Oh,
Did you know that?
yeah, but you don't even support billionaires, but you would support yourself being a trillionaire.
I am a trillionaire. What can I say?
That's crazy.
I'm the only
Yeah, 'cause
ethical trillionaire.
I bet APAC definitely helps out with
I
that.
am
a
the
little
only
bit.
ethical trillionaire. Okay.
Ethical trillionaire, but
All
you don't even
all
donate.
other
You don't
trillionaires,
even
they
care
can't
about
exist.
your-
Only me.
You don't even care about your fans. When have you donated to charity, brother? Name one charitable thing you've done in the last month without lying.
One charitable thing. Talk to you.
Okay, that is not charitable.
Is that not? I'm doing charity work right now for you.
And changing your mind and making you become MAGA is definitely
You're
more.
not changing anyone's mind, bro.
I've changed honestly millions at this point. I think through my
You've changed
network.
millions of minds, King Kong. How many people are in your lives that you debate in?
Usually around like 1K to 2,000.
1K? Bullshit.
That's a lot, isn't
That
it?
is totally a lot.
And I get
you do not get
I get
1,000
donuts.
people in your stream.
Because when we debate
Are you saying
theories
total in
and
the stream, or are you saying at one time?
usually
At one moment.
that's the max is like 1.3K. So
Nah,
I'm a
he's
growing
lying, bro.
individual.
He's totally lying, bro. What a
So
lie, bro.
I made Dean forfeit his political
He
economic
didn't forfeit
stance
anything.
of
Wait,
the
where are your
world.
friends, bro?
Brother, I told you none of them are live right now. Well, some of them are at work, and do you know
And
who
wait,
Alvin
you
is?
you just said that you were on live
Here,
with
let me
them
see
right
if-
before this.
Let me see if Brandon Gill is online. Do you know who or Wesley Hunt? Do you know who
I know
Wesley
who
Hunt
Brandon
is?
Gill is, and you don't know him. Or you're acting
Dude,
like you know
Brandon
Brandon
Gill?
Gill.
He's the next president, brother.
No, he's
He's
not,
the next
bro.
president of the United States.
No, he's not.
His stance is on conservatism and
You
immigration
support
has
him
been
because he looks
beautiful.
like Clark Kent. That's it. That's the only reason you support him.
He does look good.
That is the only reason.
He looks like Superman.
Yeah, I know. You see what I mean? This guy doesn't have any other reason to support him, but he says
No, I
he
just
looks like
said
Clark Kent. Actually,
immigration.
Superman. Okay, like that's it. That's all he has to
I like
say.
his immigration stance. Like if
Okay,
you don't
what about his
embody-
immigration stance? Let's hear it.
Yeah, if you don't embody like George Washington characteristics,
George, what you mean a slave owner?
dude, there was. Do you know
You mean
who,
a slave owner? Slave owner characteristics? What do you mean?
there
Embody
were-
what?
Who? He wasn't a renowned. I don't want to violate the
Mark, thank you.
TOS.
He wasn't a
Um,
slave owner. Yes, he was.
But do you know who Anthony Johnson was? He
Wait,
was a
can you
black
like
slave
not
owner.
pivot? Yes, I do. And
No,
can you answer?
You know Anthony Johnson, one of the biggest black slave owners.
Can you
in
like
history.
engage? Wait,
Yeah.
Are you saying it's not racist for George Washington to be a slave owner?
During that time when they were sold from their from when the, at the
Okay,
time.
so you
listen,
don't think it was racist for George Washington to own people as slaves?
I think in a stance of during the time they didn't really think of it as
Okay, so
racist
because
as
they
we
didn't
do
think
in
of it
today's
as
context.
racism, that means it wasn't
Well,
racist.
dude,
That's what you're
they're
saying.
still slaves
You're really
in
saying
Africa.
owning people who are black as slaves, right? Specifically, is not racist because they just didn't think of it that way. No, that was absolutely the way they thought about it. What are you
about the
talking about?
transatlantic slave trade?
Wait,
when
yeah, that
Europeans
is absolutely.
and Irishmen,
You know how they justified slavery was
that
through
racist?
racism. You know that, right?
Is that racist? Is that racist? The transatlantic slave agreement when Irishmen and many Europeans were also caught in that slave trade between Africa and many different the what's that empire I'm trying to think of in the Middle
Do you
East?
agree
The
that
Ottoman
in the
Empire.
Americas that racism was used in order to justify owning people as slaves?
I think during the amount of
Can you agree with
during
that? Can you
time,
agree with that and not be a
Oh, yeah,
historical revisionist here?
I think during that time it wasn't really conceived as racist because there was trade
absolutely
agreements
was
behind
racist.
it.
Dude,
Where do you get 'em?
the fucking literal bending of a pretzel that you have to do in order to act like owning people who are black as slaves wasn't racist, historically speaking, when George Washington did it is embarrassing. Okay,
Okay, is it-
obviously
is it-
was.
is it-
Everyone knows it was.
Yeah,
you are
but what is
redefining history to
racism?
try to make it look like George Washington actually supported good values. Okay, let's be totally honest here.
He did.
Okay?
He came in. Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't.
He liberated a country that was
Wait, I'm
always
sorry. Let's
under
just
attack
be
from
honest
the
here.
Native Americans.
Wait, so just for white men. So he was good for just white men?
Who freed the slaves though? Who freed them? What? How many
Black
years
people.
later? Not even black people freed themselves.
Yes.
No, they did. That's
Literally,
just not
that's
true.
what
Abraham
happened
Lincoln,
after the
and
Emancipation Proclamation.
So,
Black people were given arms to go in and free themselves.
Yeah, the Union, 100,000 white men put their lives on the line to free the slaves, which slavery isn't
I'm
even
not saying that
free today.
there weren't union members that were involved. It was predominantly individuals who were black specifically, right after the context of these situations, and people who were prior enslaved peoples. So you have to address the facts of the matter. You're trying to say specifically, oh, it's union members specifically mostly. No, it was specifically people who were black disproportionately.
So you think there was more black people fighting? You think there was more black people fighting in that war than white men?
Wait, you're talking about just about the Civil War. The Civil War in of itself the Civil War in of itself was not what led to the freeing of black people specifically, right? That came later on. That's why there's something called Juneteenth. You should look into this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really pay attention to much of it.
Of course you don't. So like, stop trying to rewrite history to try to make it seem like George Washington wasn't a bad guy for owning people.
He wasn't,
slaves.
Dude. He came over here and
shut
he
up,
liberated
dude. You're so ridiculous. That's not liberation. He gave the owning people as property is not liberation.
But he abolished it, dude. And literally in the Constitution,
he didn't.
It is
George Washington did not abolish slavery.
You wouldn't be here if there wasn't people like George Washington, an Italian.
That is such an embarrassing thing to argue. So you're arguing that specifically everything that they did was justified?
So slavery existed in America before whites even got here.
Wait. Actually,
right?
How about this?
Do you believe?
If you were a kid,
do you believe in that?
Wait,
do you believe that?
If you were a kid to Nazis, would you say that everything they did was justified because it led to your existence?
Well, I mean, if you look at the Armenian genocide, where
can you answer the question? Can you answer the question? If you were a kid to Nazis, would you argue everything they did was justified because it led to your existence?
When 60 million Christians were persecuted during the World War I, I think, yes, it was justified in that sense. That might be crazy to say that, but if you look at
That's what's left of MAGA, by the way. That's what's left of MAGA. And that's what's left of MAGA. That's so disgusting, dude. We are just looking for debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Okay, let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
43. What about you, dude?
Do you support Trump?
Yeah, how old are you? Are you old enough to be up here?
24. If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Yeah, Trump.
Okay, for sure. I have a few people to thank, then we can move on to our conversation. Kaya, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much. Gravid, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10 as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alrighty. Shadow, why do you support Trump?
Well, for one, he's slowly putting an end to people like you and your kind.
An end to people like me and my kind? What is that supposed to mean?
Well, as you sit here daily failing and your platform shrinks, your grifting lessens, it's only a matter of time until you just take a long walk off a short pier.
Oh, okay. So you want me to be dead?
Did I say that?
You just said that it's not too long until I was going to just unalive myself. You just said. That's what you brought up.
Oh, why don't you play it back and see if I said that?
That's exactly what you just said. You specifically talked about a cliff.
Play it back.
I'm not going to play it back. I know exactly what you said.
Yeah, because you're nothing but alive.
So by the way, this guy's such a triggered little snowflake that he wishes upon my death. He wishes upon my death because I destroy people like him in debates. I literally am so good at debating that people like him are so angry that they wish upon my death, bro.
You're self-imploding.
You know what's crazy?
Look at you.
Cope, bro. Why don't you just cope? Why don't you cope, bro?
Look at you.
I know you're so mad, bro. You're triggered, bro. How about you cope? How about you take this L, bro? You're so angry. I'm all in your mind, bro. I live in your fucking dreams, bro. Take this fucking L and cope, bro.
Why is your hand
You guys are getting dog walked, and you're so mad that you had to come on my live stream and say that you're hoping that I die? How embarrassing. And it also portrays you as violent. You're a violent individual.
Why are you shaking?
If you want... I'm not shaking. If you want...
Yes, you are. Look at your mouth's getting dry. Look how scared you are.
Really? So you're trying
You're
to
a
brand me as
scared
scared in
little
order to be
boy.
able to deflect away from the fact that you are clearly violent?
You are so scared.
You're a
Wow.
violent individual. Why do you hope for individuals to die? Because they politically disagree with you.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you actually did. So your whole argument here is just to ignore what you just said when everyone heard it and it's going to be on the internet forever? That's what you're doing? It's
That's why I'm
embarrassing that
asking
you have
you to
such a
play it back.
fragile ego and you're so hateful that because someone politically disagrees with you, you have to literally hope for their death. How embarrassing, dude. This is why we can't have
Well, which
unity
one
in
is
this
it now?
country.
Hope,
This is, by the way, why
threat?
we can't
What
have
is
unity in this country, because people like you are unwilling to come to the table and to, instead of literally wishing death upon people that politically disagree with you, have a conversation, be civil, right? Do you have the self-control to come to the table, be civil, and to not wish death upon your political opponents?
You know what? I should probably back off because I don't want to make you cry again. So
No, I'm not crying right now. Are you really going to run away? Like the coward you are? Instead of addressing and taking accountability for the behavior you just engaged in and wishing upon my death, you're just going to run away like the coward you are?
No, negative. Why don't you play it back then for the class?
I don't need to. I think we all remember. Maybe you can watch it back later when you watch it back about 1,000 times later on because you're obsessed with me.
Sure. Why don't you play it back then? Prove me wrong in front of everybody.
Wait, so can you like engage
Prove
with
me
any
wrong in
broader
front of
point?
everybody.
Everyone already heard it. We don't need to prove it
Well,
again.
you
We
just
already have
made
it
it.
proven.
You just made a statement, so why don't you back it up?
Hey, we have something called memory, sir. Everyone in the live stream has
Memory.
memory. You might not have it, but we do.
How is
I'm
E.G.
literally
Carroll's
elevated
memory?
right now, and my memory apparently is better than you.
How was E. Jean Carroll's memory?
She specifically had a memory of specifically everything that happened on that particular day and was able to describe it, and even so, literally held him liable in the context of a civil court. How was Donald Trump's memory? He said they never met. There was a picture of them shown together. He said that he wouldn't have sexually abused her because she's quote-unquote not his type, but then in a deposition, he mistook her with his ex-wife, indicating that he would have sexually abused her either way. And nice pivot, by the way.
Ew, dude, are you like okay in life?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing great. Are you like unable to
specifically.
wait? So by the
No,
way, he's
specific-
not able to actually
No,
argue against anything I
specifically.
just said. So he's just going to try to insult me.
No, you do that on your own.
That's what you just did. You're so easily offended and triggered. It's actually embarrassing.
So you believe? So then you believe the E. Jean Carroll parties that supported her statement? Yeah.
Repeat that again?
So you believe the statements of those who came to E. Jean Carroll's aid that said that she confided in them? Yeah.
The friends that specifically she told at that time, yeah, I believe that that's demonstrating that she has been telling a consistent story over multiple decades.
Okay. So what about all the SA allegations against Dean? Do you believe those people too?
There's not a single essay allegation against Dean.
Sure there is.
No, there's not.
Why are you dismissing it?
Because you are just saying that you've created one in your head, therefore there's an essay allegation. There is zero essay allegation from any particular victim that claims that they were assaulted by Dean. You just made that up. You made that up because you're going to create up an allegation right now, and you're going to claim, oh, I'm going to make this allegation, therefore, is it justified for me to make this allegation? But I know specifically based upon everything that you've done in this conversation, based upon the fact that you're a rape apologist, that you don't actually have a legitimate allegation. Why? Because individuals like you are so scared and frightened of quote-unquote false allegations that you're willing to not believe 27 plus women that have accused Donald Trump of sexual misconduct, a woman that has literally held him liable in a civil court for sexual abuse, the women that have come out and talked about the fact that Donald Trump barged into the changing rooms when they were naked and changing, right? And how Donald Trump specifically literally admitted to that himself. You don't believe any of those specifically because it literally indicates Donald Trump did something wrong.
Can't even
and
talk.
you are unwilling to accept that. And by the way, he's going to focus on me mispronouncing something rather than actually the content of what I said, because he's not willing to actually intellectually engage with what I said.
Well, no, I'm actually just going to touch on how you just rambled for absolutely 0 point specifically. So you're people that have made allegations against your boyfriend. You're saying they're liars.
Who made allegations? Tell me.
I don't know. I'm just asking you.
There's not a single person that's made allegations. Name one
I'm
person that
asking
made
you,
an
if
allegation.
people made allegations against your boy, would you believe them or dismiss it?
I would look for evidence. Because
So a woman's
if we look at the
statement is not
scenario,
enough.
so I do think that accusations and claims specifically of things that have happened to them are from credible individuals who make allegations. But I can make determinations based upon priors with an individual on whether or not they're making a credible allegation. Okay? Like, for example, I can tell that you're not making a credible allegation because you're a rape apologist. But specifically for victims that come out and talk about the fact that they've been assaulted, survivors that come out and talk about the fact that they've been assaulted, I do believe them. For example, let me ask you a question. Do you believe the victims of Epstein that got settlements from the Epstein estate about their accusations against Epstein relating to his actions in terms of sexual abuse and trafficking?
Epstein's a piece of shit.
So do you believe all of the accusations against Epstein from victims of Epstein that got settlements from the Epstein estate about Epstein's actions relating to sexual abuse and trafficking?
Epstein and his rigmarole, 100%, yes.
So you do believe those accusations, correct?
That Epstein harmed all those innocent children?
Yes.
Yes.
So one, you think accusations are evidence here, and then two, also, you then believe accusations that would then implicate Trump, because Jane Doe 4 got a settlement with the Epstein estate for her accusations relating to Epstein about behavior relating to sexual abuse and trafficking, and she also made an accusation against Epstein saying that Epstein trafficked her to Trump. So that also implicates Trump. So based on everything you've already conceded to, you would then believe that Donald Trump is guilty, but now that he has heard this, he's going to backtrack on all those points because he sees that I got him.
If you have to point out that you got somebody, you didn't get them.
No, it just means that you're not smart enough to realize that I got you. No, it just means that you're not smart enough to realize that I got you.
I wanted you to see my point.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be able to see it otherwise.
Because
it would go right over your head.
If your chat left you, you would probably self-harm. That's how addicted
do you see how embarrassing that he wishes death upon me? He wishes harm upon me. And by the way, you say my platform is shrinking. Okay, you say my platform shrinking. Well, millions of people watch the content.
Buddy, you're not getting nearly the money that you once got.
It's not all about money, bro. It's about wait. It's not about money, bro. You know what it's about? It's about specifically getting a message out there to benefit people. And you want to know something crazy? You're sitting there and coping all you want.
What was the last thing you did for somebody?
Wait, can I tell you something crazy?
You couldn't even say what you donated to last.
Because I'm not going to do that for
What was the last thing you donated to?
Because I need no validation from you. That's not the conversation I'm going to have with you.
You're a nobody.
You're not doing
this
because
has-been.
I'm a nobody. Okay, wait. So can you tell me what a nobody is?
You're an absolute nobody.
Is that why you're waiting in my stream? Is that why you're obsessed with me?
Oh my God! It could have been me, a Charlie Kirk's thing, Dean. Oh my God! It could have been me.
He's trying to act like it's absurd for me to literally be crying after there was literally a shooting. Okay, I'm sorry. That's literally crazy, by the way. So let's just clarify real quick. You're so emotional. You're so emotional.
Dean.
He's crashing out. I know you're literally crashing out. He's about to be a coward and run away. Watch this. Hey, stop crashing out. Self-control. Have some self-control. Okay. So you understand. You understand that you're emotional right now. You're about to run away because you don't actually have any actual ability to intellectually engage with my arguments. So instead, you just try to brand me as an overly emotional individual. And watch him run away. Watch him run away. He ran away. And also got a flag for harassment and bullying, by the way. Diabolical. He's so fucking cringe, bro. He's so fucking cringe, dude. How embarrassing, bro. Let's go on to this next individual. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Jennifer, thank you for the $25. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give some W's for Jennifer in the comments section right now. As well as Billy Jane, thank you so much for the $30. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's absolutely amazing for you. I hope the best. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $30. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Of course, I always will. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next individual here. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. And by the way, Shadow, if you want to come back on your other account, right, you can if you want to stop being so scared and running away. If you have another account. Because it's actually crazy that you're threatening all of these things and then running away. That's actually really embarrassing. It's kind of ironic and funny. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, you're a fucking nerd, dude.
Do you support Trump?
No, I don't even live there. You look like a fucking nerd.
Good. Stay mad, bro. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
We are Charlie.
Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you're Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Oh my, Parker, you look like you're smart. Yo, what's up? How old are you? What an own. What an own. Parker, you look like you're smart. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old
18.
are you? Do you support Trump?
No, I want to suck his dick.
That's diabolical. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm 19.
And do you support Trump?
My family does, and I don't know much about politics.
Are they with you
I
right
guess
now?
I want to hear your. No, I want to hear.
I recommend watching the stream is the best way to hear specifically the content that I make, or watching any of the YouTube videos that I make. I post a bunch of videos about all my perspectives and whatnot. That's really the best way to hear how I'm going to respond to any specific individual that could be in your family, unless they're right there directly. To be honest with you, I am just looking for debates, though. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter by the age of 18. Yeah, it's how old are you?
Yes. I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
What's your birth year?
2008.
And what month?
And that would be April.
Okay, and if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Probably honestly Trump because
Okay, can you turn off the Rick and Morty in the background?
Oh yeah, my bad. All right. I would probably choose Trump because I'm not sexist, but I feel like a man would be better as a public figure.
So you're not sexist, but you're sexist. Okay, so let me ask you this question. So, you think men are better at leading than women? What makes you think that?
Well, specifically in Trump, I feel like he is more to the point, and he don't put up with any shit.
He doesn't put up with any shit.
Nah.
That's it. That's your basis of saying why men are better at leading than women. They don't put up with shit.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And what evidence do you have that men don't put up with shit more than women? Isn't that why you guys are complaining about like women divorcing men?
No, I don't plan on getting marriage. I don't plan on that.
You don't plan on getting married? Okay, but I was saying let people on the right, like men specifically on the right, complain about women divorcing men, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then like, do you want to address that? It sounds like women aren't putting up with the shit from men. Oh, by the way, you have 17 in your bio, bro.
Oh yeah, that was old.
I don't know if I believe that. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Let's get this next person up here. Hey, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
We are more.
How old are you?
When did you last shit, Parker?
Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, everybody. We are just looking for debates. Hey, what's up? How old are you? Hello? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. If you want to support me, as always, everyone, Venmo, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, everybody. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen, everybody. Let's try to get to 500,000 likes. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
You seem...
Alrighty. Jessica, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, literally, though. Like, no substantive arguments from them yet. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
35.
And do you support Trump?
No, I don't.
I'm just looking for debates, everybody. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. It really helps push it out to more people. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Do you support Trump?
Well, I'm about to be 20. Yeah.
If the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump. 100%.
Okay, for sure. I have some people to thank, then we can move on to our conversation. Anthony, thank you for the $50. Thank you very much for the lull, the Darth Maul joke, punchline, spawn killed. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for them in the comment section. Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate it. Let me make sure to completely catch up here on YouTube. Again, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. We are just looking for debates as always, as everyone. Nathan, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Shelly, thank you for the $5. Deborah, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I totally get you there. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That is what we're doing at this point. As well as Jose, thank you for the $10. Thank you. And I think I'm fully caught up. Alrighty. Why do you support Donald Trump?
Well, I support him mainly because of probably immigration policies, or maybe he's offending the Christians, all these stuff. I support him for those reasons, even though I think he has done some stuff that aren't correct. I agree with that, but I think in the overall he is better president than Miss Harris would have been.
Okay, can you name a policy of his that you like?
Yeah, sure. I like the Remain in Mexico one. I think it's very good.
Okay. All right. And that's applicable to the asylum process, a legal process of immigration, right?
Yeah, sure. For example, the asylum seekers will stay in Mexico while their due process is being done. Not like when Biden was in power.
Where do you think people should stay if they're seeking asylum from Mexico?
They should stay in Mexico until their process is completed.
They should stay in the country that they're seeking asylum from?
No, they're actually trying to get into the USA and get an asylum inside of the USA.
Yeah, if they're trying to seek asylum, where should they stay while they're trying to seek asylum? From Mexico.
Yeah. They should stay in Mexico until they're...
So they should stay in the country they're seeking asylum from. Doesn't that then ensure that they're not able to stay away from the threat? That defeats the whole process of asylum.
Yeah, but many of these cases are mostly false.
Wait, so again, the best way to disincentivize individuals with fake basis for it is to then make the legal process go quicker so that you disincentivize people to come here because then they won't be able to stay for long.
I agree with that. I agree that we should actually have more judges and more people that do these processes at the border. I believe in that 100%. But I still agree and believe that we should still endure our border, have it stricter, right now. Or maybe even more.
Okay, so but can you explain what benefit that has for the country? How is our country better off since Trump has started doing that?
Many of these caravanas that used to come from Central America have been halted. Many of these people that were trying to seek into the USA, many of them having maybe criminal backgrounds or all these stuff, staying in Mexico or other countries on the road, not entering 100% in the USA. I believe that's a good thing.
Yeah, but what benefit has that had on the country? What measurable benefit?
Benefits. We could say that there's not many people with criminal background checks entering our country. I believe that's a benefit for the USA.
But people who are entering the country are proportionally less likely than natural-born U.S. citizens to commit crime.
Of course, but there's still a big a percentage of these people that commit crimes otherwise. For example, in LA or El Paso, all these
so
cities.
Do you want to reduce tourism because tourists commit crime?
No, that's.
Do you want to reduce legal immigration because legal immigrants commit crime?
No, that's different.
Okay, how is that different? Because you could reduce the nominal level of crime.
Yeah, there's a very big difference between an immigrant and a tourist. Do you agree with that? There's a big difference.
You said what?
There's a big difference between an immigrant and a tourist. You believe in that?
Again, you're trying to say the difference specifically is legal basis, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. But what we're saying is that we want to make the legal... Actually, not what we're saying. What I'm saying is I want to make the legal process go quicker. Okay,
Uh-huh.
and that
Yeah.
includes giving a pathway to citizenship for people who are already in the country who haven't committed a violent or bad crime. The Democrats as a whole, their position is criminalize undocumented entry, prioritize going after those that have committed violent and serious offenses, and then make the legal process go quicker. And it seems like you agree with that position.
Until a point, I do agree with it. But not when it comes like in mass, like when it comes in like in huge masses. I don't think that it's also.
But that wasn't
very good
because
for-
of the Biden administration policy. That was relating to the pandemic, supply chain issues that then led to economic issues around the world, which caused people to think that the U.S. is a better option to come to the U.S. to a greater extent.
Yeah, but do you remember like there's many like cases reported that many of these people that used to cross the border when they used to be like in these detain centers or ICE stuff like that, they used to get like a free flight to their final destination. Like for example, somebody like in that crossed the border in like probably El Paso would actually have a process and then go be in a flight until their final destination, maybe like New York or like Miami or Georgia or something like that. Those cases were reported as well. And some of these were also paid by like the federal government. Many of these were also like by like the like humanitarian stuff like that. But some of these were actually by the government.
I don't know what your point was, and can you provide a source?
Yeah, 1 second.
All right, I guess give them a second. Alrighty. If you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, send a guest request. We are just looking for debates. Everybody. Jesus, dude. These fucking bots are so non-stop, bro, in the comment section. It's ridiculous. Like, they're so fucking annoying. Genuinely. Yeah, it's how old are you?
19.
Do you support Trump?
Yes.
What's your birth year?
Nope. 2006.
Okay, and what month were you born?
November 30th.
Okay, and if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Trump all day long.
Okay, and why do you support Trump?
Because we are Charlie Kirk.
All right, only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18.
Sorry for interrupting you, but I found a source like from the
Go ahead. What's your
American
source?
the American Immigration Council.
What's the title?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the title. I'm sending in the chat 1 second.
Push the racing helmet. Alrighty, give them a second, everyone. Just memorize it and then come back. Thank you for the galaxy or the glowing jellyfish. Thank you very much.
I sent the link in the chat.
I am not able to click on that. All you have to do is remember the title, come back and tell me the title.
Okay, 1 second.
Alright, give them a second. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yeah, how old are you?
We are Mary Ferguson.
Only send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18.
Hello?
Yeah, how old are you?
I'm 30.
Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
Election held today, Harris versus Trump. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, because, I don't know, I just look at him as a strong leader. I mean, he got shot in the ear and he kept going on. And, you know, I feel like the Democrats only say that, like, that whole thing was fake because, like, they can't, like, stand to see someone stand up for the country that way. A lot of politicians, if they got shot in the ear while they were running, they would just, like, quit, I feel like. And I don't know. I just feel like he's a strong leader, like good person to represent the country.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. So you think he's strong just because of that? So you didn't think he was a strong leader prior to then?
I mean, I did. I mean, the things that were happening to him, like all the lawsuits and stuff, like most people would just like crumble under that. But you know, he stayed strong and like
So
that kind of perseverance. No, I mean I did think he was strong before that.
So then this doesn't make him a strong leader in and of itself. He was already a strong leader. So what makes him a strong leader?
Well, the examples I gave.
You said he was a strong leader prior to that point. So I'm asking what inevitably made him a strong leader at that point.
Oh, at that point. Well, I guess I would say it made him a stronger leader.
Okay. So I don't think it makes you a stronger leader just because someone shoots near you and you don't die. He just got lucky. Like, I'm sorry, that's just a ridiculous argument. He's a stronger leader because he got lucky. Like, come on.
Well, I mean, most candidates would quit after that.
There were multiple assassination attempts against Biden and Obama.
But none that close.
Regardless, I mean, I don't think that that's going to be a reason to say that he's a good leader or a better leader just because that was close.
And I mean, you can read your comments right now. Even everyone's saying that never happened. Like that's like the majority of Democrats are saying that never happened. Do you believe that happened? That actually happened, or do you think it was staged?
I believe it actually happened. But like the reason that I would look towards those things is that I think that we need evidence to say otherwise, and we can say that there's questions, right? I think there are legitimate questions that exist there, but I think that there's not a justifiable enough stance to say otherwise, is what I would particularly say.
Okay, that's fair. Well, I mean,
so do you think that the questions of whether or not it is are justifiable questions?
I do not.
Why not?
I think anyone questioning that that it was staged is like they're really into conspiracy theories and they don't know what they're talking about.
Do you think Trump is like that?
I do.
Okay, so then why is that a problem?
Honestly, I think people from both sides are like that, right? Like the 2020 election,
like
I don't believe
you seemingly don't have a problem with it. Like it's okay when Trump
because that's just human nature. That's just human nature. Like
okay, so then why are you criticizing Democrats for doing it when you just said it was human nature?
I'm not criticizing Democrats.
Did you not just use that as a criticism against Democrats?
I guess I did. But I don't know. I did, yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm not very good at debating, but I don't know. I did use it as a criticism against Democrats, but I could also criticize Republicans as well. I could criticize both sides, but that's not even the point of what my argument was.
Yeah, so then what is your argument?
My argument was that he's a strong leader and our country needs a strong leader.
Okay. So what indicates that he's a strong leader?
Argument. He got shot in the ear. He was convicted of a lot of felonies and got out of it.
Convicted for felonies makes him a strong leader. Wow. You think convicted felons are more qualified to be leaders than people who are not convicted?
Well, it was clearly a political attack.
Nope, it was an actual conviction of something that he did wrong.
Yeah, but it was politically motivated.
Nope, no evidence of that at all. If it was politically motivated, it wouldn't have led to a conviction.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to judge these type of things, right? Because like it's either the judges hate Trump, the jurors hate Trump.
Everything's rigged against Trump, of course. But by the way, you know that there are people that individuals on the Trump's administration's lawyer team fought to stay on the jury and won, and then those people then indicated that Trump sexually abused Eugene Carroll still. So, like, we can still point to countless examples of judges being Trump-appointed, still indicating that Trump did this. We can point to situations of conservative judges being still indicating that Trump did this. We can give you evidence of all of these different things where we remove the biases that exist, and yet you're still not going to accept the results. Why? Because you have TDS. You have Trump devotion syndrome.
Trump devotion syndrome.
Yep. TDS.
Okay. I haven't heard that one before. Well, I mean, maybe I need to do some more research, right? Because I didn't know there were judges that agreed that cleared him for some things, but didn't clear him for the E.G. and Carroll case. I wasn't aware of that. But are those judges Republican or Democrat? Because like that matters. Are the jurors Republican or Democrat? Because you know you can screen judges and you can screen the jury all you want, but like everyone in the world knows who Donald Trump is, right? Everyone in the world has an opinion on him, no matter what.
It's people
and it's
who
hard,
are
seriously hard not to be
Democrat,
biased.
independent, etc. It's across the board. There's no one specific ideological belief.
Okay. Well, I'll admit that's not something I'm well versed in.
All 9 jurors indicated that. For the conviction for the felonies, for sure it was 12 jurors.
Okay. Maybe I need to do some more research on that. I won't say I know something that I don't. So I guess I'll have to come back to you on that one. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have, I guess.
Okay. Is there anything that Trump could do that would get you to stop supporting him?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's
such as
like a lot of things, a lot of horrible things. Like I know he's human, but like I do have a line I would like definitely not support him on.
And where's that line?
Anything that's like doing bad without a greater good. If that
Doing
makes
bad without
sense.
a greater good, like rape?
Yeah, like rape.
Or like sexual exploitation?
Yeah, like that.
Like
too.
him bragging about walking into the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without the consent, saying he grabs women by the vagina without asking, saying he'll date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, being held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, not releasing all the Epstein files even though he's legally obligated to do so, calling Marjorie Taylor Greene a traitor because she wanted to release the Epstein files, saying if anyone wants to release the Epstein files, they never supported him in the first place. Calling for the termination of the Constitution, calling for the execution of some Democrats because they said to follow the law and to not follow unlawful orders.
You gave me a lot there, so which one would you want to start with?
Any of them, they're all disqualifying in of themselves.
Okay, I'm just gonna say the last one you said about the Constitution. I don't believe he was caught. Well, okay, so the Constitution has been changed like many times, right? Like, I believe there was something in there about slavery like way long ago.
Yeah,
and
Trump called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. That's every single aspect of the Constitution. Do you think every aspect of the Constitution should be utterly destroyed because the election was quote-unquote rigged in 2020 under his view? Which there was no evidence for.
No, I don't think it should be, but I mean, he has a right to say that he would like it to be. Doesn't mean it's going to happen.
Okay, but like, would you say that so then why do you still support Trump is really my question.
He has a right to that opinion, that's why.
He has a right to an opinion. That does not justify that opinion, though.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you Trump anymore?
I say I need to go back and research. I don't know.
Okay.
There was many like flights that for these migrants. Like some of them were like sponsored by the government until their final destination, like allowing them to like travel around the USA. Some of these were actually paid by the U.S. government.
Wait, so you think paying for flights for undocumented immigrants is a disqualifier?
Okay. Do you think it's okay?
Wait, do you agree that's a disqualifier?
What do you mean?
Do you agree it's a disqualifier?
Sure.
You do? So then you would disagree with the Trump administration's self-deportation, where they gave money to undocumented immigrants to self-deport.
Yeah, but that's different.
Or they
because
paid
they're-
for flights for undocumented immigrants to deport them.
Yeah, but they're going back to the countries. They're not
You
gonna
just said
travel
it was
around the USA.
disqualifying to pay for flights for undocumented immigrants. Sir, that's literally what that is.
Yeah, but there's a difference between those two. For example, the
And then
ones
now you're talking about people who are legally entering the country getting a flight?
Some of them, yeah. Some of the people that crossed the border, they were actually like migrants that entered the USA, and they were like in a program like humanitarian.
Yeah, if it's a
program.
legal
Yeah.
process for immigration, I have no issue with that. You can cope.
I don't think it's okay that many of these flights were actually paid by the U.S. tax.
What?
pay-
These are to help out people who are
Right.
legally entering the country through the asylum process?
But we're paying actually the flights to travel around the USA until the final
Wait,
destination.
how much, wait, pay to travel around the U.S.? Just
No,
for
like,
fun?
No. So for the final destination, so for example, like somebody crossed and they're saying, "Oh, my final destination is like I don't know New York," and they have like my relatives and all these stuff. I want to go to New York. That was their final destination, something like that.
So they get okay, so wait, what was your source?
CBP1.
Wait,
An
and
overview.
who funded this?
As I told you, some of these were actually humanitarian programs, and some of these were paid by the U.S. government.
No. They were paid for by Republican Governor Abbott, right?
So, that's what I'm telling you. Some of them were paid with,
And then also by Ron DeSantis, right?
and so like in California and all these stuff.
Wait, you understand that those were Republicans who did that, right? So you don't
Uh-huh.
support the Republicans?
I do support the Republicans.
Wait, but the ones who
These
did
were
this, you said you don't support them getting flights funded.
Yeah, but the
And
policies
that's exactly
were
what the
actually, like,
Republicans did.
No, but these policies were actually like when Biden's term, like when he allowed like asylum seekers and all these programs to allow people to enter the country illegally.
Wait, can you name one policy that you disagree with?
With Biden?
Yeah.
1 second.
Do 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 do.
Yeah, so as I was mentioning before, the humanitarian programs that Biden did, like to allow these like Haitians, Venezuelans, and all these people like to travel free around the U.S. I don't think that was very good.
Okay, so what policy?
Humanitarian.
And by the way, humanitarian aid is totally based. For immigrants coming to our country, so based.
It was like the humanitarian program. I think that's the name of the policy. Humanitarian program.
No, just go find it. You haven't found it yet. You just want me to do your research for you. Alrighty, again, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen if you want to support me as always. Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Mika, thank you for the $11. Thank you so much, and 11 cents. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Of course, they are. Benjamin, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know, right? As well as Barbara, thank you for the $10. Again, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. It is absolutely crazy. It's going pretty decent in terms of being able to hold them accountable for that. Paris, thank you for the $25. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Seriously, though, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, though, Paris? Thank you so much for purchasing the $25. Thank you very much. As well as Nancy, thank you for the glowing jellyfish. Thank you very much.
Okay, so it's C.
Did you find it?
Yeah, CHNV. Humanitarian Parole Program.
CHMV Humanitarian Program?
Humanitarian Parole Program. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is a safe and orderly pathway for people who were coming to the country for 2 years. Yeah, you're referencing specifically under this is to establish a U.S. based sponsor, citizen, lawful permanent resident, or lawful status holder, and they had to be from one of 4 countries to be granted that. What's wrong with this?
So like it allowed them like temporary like sponsor or something like that. They could like cross around the USA with like.
So by the way, this is a temporary humanitarian measure, not even a permanent immigration route.
Yeah, but still, I don't agree with that one.
And also, by the way, one of the things about this policy is that it reduced irregular border crossings from those countries.
Okay, because they were already legalized.
Wait, so you understand that like those things are both beneficial, right? Things that you thought were good. Do you think that it's bad to promote temporary humanitarian aid?
Depending. If these people were like going to actually contribute to our country, I believe it's okay.
They would
like,
be. They're coming to our country and they're working in our country.
Like we don't know the majority, the 100%. Of course, there's probably like some cases that there's people that will benefit of social programs in the USA and not entirely.
Wait, but like the point is that this is a net benefit to us.
Until a certain point, it does.
Okay, so if there's no issue here, and this seems like a benefit, what's your problem? Seems like you're just mad at something for no reason.
Why? No, because like. I think, as I told you at the beginning, I believe like immigration is okay for a country, like especially for the USA, like our like birth rates are very low. I think it's beneficial until just like a certain point. But if we're gonna allow like unskilled people like enter our country illegally, I don't think it's gonna be beneficial for us. Like at any point, that's the issue I have, and that's why I believe like in Biden administration there was many unskilled people that entered the USA without a background check. Or like a skill check or anything. They just enter the country and they have okay, like.
So so again, if you want to make the process quicker to ensure that we have the ability to vet more people, I'm down with that. That's what Democrats wanted to work together with Republicans to do. But Donald Trump undermined the bipartisan border bill that was set out to address these concerns.
Yeah, but Biden had like 4 years to do this, and
Donald Trump undermined the agreement that they tried to establish. That was unprecedented levels of negotiation in the context of the debate about immigration. We haven't had this type of negotiation for nearly 30 years.
Okay. Okay, whatever. But okay.
What do you mean, whatever? It takes time to negotiate things. It takes time to be able to pass legislation, right?
I know it. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Of course.
But like, there's actually something that they have to result from this. And by the way, you guys say it takes so long, but then you guys are totally okay with the fact that we're a year and a half into Trump's administration. He has nothing to show for it. It's not that it's taking longer for some things. It's that he's got nothing to show for it. Everything is worse off since Biden was in office.
No, I think like Donald Trump wants to do more policies about immigration or regardless of immigration, but like many of these are like attacked by liberals like against ICE, and all these like his policies are like being like taken off, or he has so many like people that are against him like in Congress and all this stuff. So I don't think it's entirely Donald Trump's fault, but I think like the country's so divided that now. If Trump wants to pass something like a policy of immigration, it's going to be taken down immediately, or going to be boycotted by the liberals.
Okay, I'm not following you.
No, like for example, you know, like in ICE, the ICE, ICE has been attacked so much, like over the whole country. Like whenever there's ICE, there's people like screaming at them, throwing stuff at them, saying that, "Oh, ICE is here, go away, run!" and all this stuff.
Because of what they've done.
Yeah, but it wasn't entirely their fault.
It was their fault. Like, do you think Alex Peretti and Renee Good were murdered?
Yeah, I know there was one girl that was killed by ICE but she was trying to like run off the officer.
No, she wasn't. She was trying to drive away in this scenario. Okay, she was.
No, but she drove.
Literally, according to the cell phone footage from the agent, we literally saw her turning away from the agent. By the way, the third shot is the one that killed her, and it was taken multiple feet to the left of the driver hand side of the vehicle when the car was clearly not driving towards him at all. Plus, it is his duty to get out of the way of the scenario if he can, or to not put himself in harm's way where he'd have to then use lethal force in order to be able to get out of it. That's called officer-induced jeopardy, and he needs to get out in that scenario, get out of the way. Okay, he could have taken one step back instead of planting his feet and reaching for his gun before she even went forward. She was going 1 to 4 miles an hour. A GTA 5 NPC could have jumped out of the way.
But it's still like, you know, the officer could have been like I don't know. He could have been seriously.
You know
injured,
that's true too. You know that's true. The GTA 5 NPC could totally jump out of the way to a greater extent.
Okay, but like seriously, why would you, knowing that there's an officer in front of your truck or your car, and you will go straight at him? Why would you do that?
Wait. She didn't. She turned away from him.
Oh, she was trying to like step over him.
She was trying to leave.
Like, run over him.
No, she wasn't. She was trying to leave the scenario.
Yeah, but in the process, she was literally going in front, and there was the officer.
No, she was turning away from him. You can see from the agent's cell phone footage.
Nah, bro. I think like.
And also, do you think Alex Preddy was murdered? He was on the ground. He was disarmed, and they shot him in the back.
Can you explain what happened that like with Alex?
Yeah, he was shot in the back after being disarmed.
Oh, but he had an arm, like a gun, right? He had a gun. Was a guy
he was
like
disarmed, sir?
Okay, but what's the context?
Before he was shot.
What's the context? What's the context?
What is the context? They literally threw him on the ground. They literally had multiple agents on top of him. They disarmed him, and then literally they shot him in the back.
Okay. Okay, so
And he was legally carrying a weapon, concealed carry, legal. Never brandished the firearm. Never reached for it.
Would you take a gun like to protest, like to riot or some stuff like that? I don't think it's good. Would you take like a gun to like a place where there's so many cops and like a huge ton of people like rioting and all this stuff?
Okay, so then you must have an issue with Kyle Rittenhouse then.
Who is that guy?
Okay, well, that's a whole other thing we'd have to explain. So you do believe in the Second Amendment?
Yeah, I believe in it.
Okay, so he was legal, lawful gun owner. What was he doing in the wrong?
Like, first of all, you shouldn't be carrying a weapon in.
He shouldn't be legally carrying a firearm?
I mean, you should if you're gonna be like
so
going to hunt or stuff
he has
like
the
that.
right to legally carry a firearm, correct?
Yeah, but not in like a place where there's gonna be like so many people and cops.
It wasn't
around,
a protest, even, by the way. And even so, yes, you are justified in doing so if it's concealed carry.
I personally think it's like messed up, bro.
To carry a gun, so then you're against the Second Amendment,
not
right?
to carry a gun, but like not you shouldn't carry a gun like everywhere. Like you could go like with a gun into a police station and say, "Oh, it's my Second Amendment right," but I don't think it's
okay,
correct.
So what should he have done with his gun? Should he have just thrown it on the ground or thrown it out or something?
She should have left it, or he should have left it in like in house.
At home? Like how do you know whether or not it was going to be like an event like that day? He was just doing something, and then that inevitably happened. Is he not able to just take a gun out to a typical day? There's a right to carry, right? Concealed carry.
Sure, I mean, yeah.
Regardless of whether or not you think they should, they have the legal right to carry, correct?
Yeah, they have the legal.
Okay,
yeah.
so you can cope all you want. The point is that he had legal right to carry, and that he wasn't doing anything wrong, and he was literally attacked and fucking shot in the back and murdered.
I don't know, bro. I believe it's still messed up to carry a weapon like in such a place, like especially if there's going to be a lot of.
So by the way, you're blaming someone who was literally shot in the back and murdered because he was legally carrying a firearm.
Okay, so was the gun actually illegal? They had like the papers and all this stuff?
Yeah, he was legally carrying it. He had a legal, lawful license to conceal carry.
And do we know why he had the weapon? Like at that certain.
He was concealed carrying. That was it. Self-defense. That's totally legal, within his rights.
Okay,
He did not do anything
but
that justified the use of lethal force on behalf of the agents.
was he like screaming to any officer, or, like threatening somebody, or like?
He was not threatening anybody. He was trying to stand in between the agent trying to attack a random woman.
Okay, so that he like pushed the officer, or he like
Nope.
hit him, or
Nope.
anything.
Nope.
I'll definitely have to check that. I'll check later on.
Okay. Well, you can go check it. You'll see. Literally, he was murdered.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, fine. Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. But I have one last point, and then you can
So
drop
that's
me
why
off.
people are responding that way. It's also because they're racially profiling people. They're justifying detaining people just for having an accent. They're searching and seizing people's properties without due process and just with an administrative warrant rather than a judicial warrant.
I don't think they're like racially stereotyping
They
people. because, you know,
literally are racially profiling. They admit it themselves.
But many of these ICE people are actually like Asians or African American or Latinos and all these stuff.
Wait. Proportionally, it's still mostly white people, and even so, there's still the use of racial profiling.
But okay, yeah, but like, I don't think it's racially. Maybe.
You think it's not? It is.
But they also have detained like European like immigrants and all these stuff, not only like Latino.
Yeah, but they are still racially profiling.
I don't know. I think
That's
not
literally
entirely.
what they're doing. You can look this up. Do you want
I think like maybe like if you show me that 100% of the ICE officers are doing that, then okay.
Wait, it doesn't need to be 100%, and also it's the policy of the Trump administration.
Which one?
What?
Which one?
It's the policy to racially profile, to consider race as a factor, along with other factors, as a means to detain.
No, but you said that there's a policy that's like behind all this, right?
That's
like racially.
literally what I just told you about. Yeah.
Okay, but what's the name of the policy?
Yeah, just look up Trump ICE racial profiling policy. You'll see it. I can give you a media article on it right now if you'd like. Would you like one?
Sure.
Okay, I got you. Right here. Alrighty, give us a second. Let me pull it up for you. This is from NPR. The Supreme Court clears the way for ICE agents to treat race as grounds for immigration stops. That's from NPR.
Okay, what else? I don't know about that. Okay, fine. Okay, can I tell you like one other thing, and then like you can continue on to the next person.
Yeah, I'll tell you another thing. Trump is a violent sex offender.
Not proven.
Yeah, it is. He was held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will, amongst a unanimous decision of 9 people in a jury.
No, but like she had so many years to like make this a case, but she decided to do it like in 2024 or something like that, 2023.
Okay, but that doesn't mean that she wasn't assaulted. It takes for many victims decades to come out because of people not believing them.
Okay, yeah,
even
but
when
she
they
lives
hold their
in New York.
abusers accountable in a civil court, by the way.
No, but New York is actually a very like fair like state, right? It actually makes like people want to like, how do you call this? It has a very like good how do you call this? Like the judge thing and all this stuff. They have a very good like criminal thing. How do you call it? But she like if she was like living like in some part of Tennessee or Alabama, I could say yeah, sure, okay. Like she could have been afraid of people. I don't know, but she lives in New York. New York is a very blue state where.
I'm sorry that
way.
wait, you're being ridiculous. You're acting like rape culture isn't prevalent across all of society. Okay, that's inevitably why we see Donald Trump as the president today after he was literally held civilly liable sexually abusing E. Jean Carroll. So we live in a society that perpetuates conditions of rape culture. So of course there are going to be victims that do not feel like they can come out because they feel like they won't be believed. And for you to act like, right, that is not a thing is ridiculous. What?
But then you just mentioned like she feels she's not going to be believed.
Yeah, that's true for many victims because of the conditions that exist in society, such as people like you not believing people, right, and providing community for people. And instead, right, people on your side will call her a liar, and will go after her, and will defame her.
Yeah. Okay. So one second. Correct me if I'm wrong in this. Okay. If you like penetrate someone's vagina like with your fingers, there's gonna be some part of DNA's, right, like inside of her. Yes.
So that would be if there was a grape kit, right? But there wasn't specifically after the fact that this happened. But there was DNA on a dress that she kept onto, which many victims do. And she gave up the dress to be tested. It was tested to show that there's unidentified male DNA. And Donald Trump had multiple years to give up his DNA within the time slot allotted. And Trump chose not to give up his DNA, right, within the time slot allotted. Because it would have incriminated him. It would have shown that he was at the scene of the crime.
I don't know. I'll have to check on that later on. I'll check on that. What's the case called?
Trump v. Carroll.
Okay, Trump v. Carroll. All right.
You can just look up Trump libel essay AP News and read into it.
All right. Okay. Yeah. One final thing though. I've seen you attack like personally like many Christians around like the USA. I know you were like an ex-Christian sometime in your life, right? But I've seen you like supporting and defending like some other like religions like the Muslims and all these stuff. I wanted to know like I saw one of your videos. I don't know if it was you or it was
I'm an agnostic atheist. I think that Christianity, Islam, and Judaism are all false.
Yeah, sure, but you have been like
it's possible for a perfect God to exist.
That's you, but I believe that I've seen. I don't know if it's you or was Dean that was defending like the child abuse of like Aisha, like the 9-year-old. I don't know if it was you or was Dean.
No one would defend that. No one agrees with that. What we would say is that people hold different interpretations. We would want people to hold benevolent interpretations where they don't believe that the person they think is great and amazing, right, is a P3DO, right? So interpretations that are otherwise are preferable, like more liberalized interpretations. And the same thing is also true for Christianity.
No, but why do you hate so much the Christians, bro?
I don't hate Christians.
But like, you dislike them more than anyone else, like, right?
No,
like, the religion you more. I've seen you like attack many like beliefs of the Christians. Well,
do you think I dislike my mom? My mom's Christian.
But you've been attacking, like, even in your debate against, like, Charlie Kirk, like, 1 year ago, you were,
You know what I have an issue with? I have an issue with people using Christianity to then force views on other people in the context of the law as a justification for how the law should operate. That's the issue.
Like,
and I disagree with the perspective. But I can also disagree with people in a movement who are liberal and still are Christian, right? And I don't have an issue with them being Christian. I disagree with the perspective, but I'm not like, oh, you're a horrible person because you're Christian. Like, who said that? No one said that.
The majority of liberals do. Like, even in
Jubilee. That's not what a majority of liberals say. I'm pretty sure a majority of liberals are Christian.
No, that's not true, bro. Even in your debate. Hold up. Your debate, when you debated, like, Charlie Kirk, I remember there was, like, this girl that was a Christian. She was a liberal Christian. And she got to immediately vote out because she said, something like, oh, God might not want us to judge the people. And she was immediately voted out because she said she was a Christian.
You're making a generalization that we are against Christians as a whole based upon one random event happening. That's a ridiculous argument. Okay.
But that's actually
like I just told you, there are plenty of Christians who are liberal and left-wing in the comment section. Okay. Right, including, by the way, my mom is a liberal Christian, okay? I do not hate Christians. I do not hate my mom. I disagree with her. I think that she's wrong. I think Christianity is false. But I can disagree with someone and still love them. And still appreciate them.
Okay. All right.
Right? Like, you understand that, right?
Yeah, sure, I guess. Okay, well, it was a good chat. All right, I'll let the next person continue.
Okay, alrighty. Let's go on to the next individual. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen as always. It'll help get out to more people. Mars said 1/4 of the way there. Yes, we are at 500,000 likes. We are at 500,000 likes here on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up. If you want to support me, as always, again, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
We are Trump!
Let's go to the next person. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
How
are
old are
you,
you?
Parker? I'm 25.
And do you support Trump?
I do.
And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I did vote for Trump.
Okay, would you still vote for Trump?
I am back and forth, but I do agree with the immigration policy.
So, like, if the
Even
election
if
were
I
held
sound
today,
like
if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, or you could choose not to vote, what would you choose to do?
I would choose Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I think that he has good relationships with other foreign leaders.
Who?
And I would say he has a decent relationship with China, North Korea, and Russia.
I mean, all of our adversaries that he has bad relationships with, like, for example, Putin, he wasn't able to end the Russia-Ukraine war in 24 hours, and he's actively an adversary against Putin. We're fighting a proxy war against them in Ukraine. North Korea, he calls him Rocket Man, Kim Jong-un, and they weren't able to come to any negotiations. And then also for China, Trump literally claims that China's like our biggest adversary. And they claim good relations, but you can look at all of the videos. It doesn't seem like China really likes Trump. They're just dealing with him.
Right. I can see where you're coming from. I don't know. I know other like foreign leaders see women below men. So that would make me more nervous when it comes to negotiations. Does that make sense?
I very much disagree with this, especially because during 2018, Angela Merkel, the chancellor in Germany, was determined to be the leader of the free world because Trump was not respected around the world.
Okay. I do agree with the immigration policy, however.
Okay. What specific immigration policy?
Mass deportations.
Okay. And why do you support mass deportation?
I have had people close to me, and even last month somebody got stabbed from an illegal immigrant, and those are things that shouldn't at all be happening. So I do support like having a safer country, all in all.
So undocumented immigrants are multiple times less likely to commit violent crime, drug crime, property crime in the country compared to natural-born U.S. citizens. So I think the best way to address this is by providing a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants who have not committed a violent or serious offense, and then going after those that have committed violent or serious offenses to ensure that we're going after those that are actually a threat to the safety and security of our population, rather than people who are just here for a better life. And then also in terms of if you want the country to be safer, why did you vote for the convicted felon, adjudicated rapist over the former prosecutor, former district attorney, and former attorney general?
I want to get back to the immigration part because I would say I'm less educated in that side of things. I don't think he would be president if he was truly convicted or
He was convicted of 34 felonies. That's a fact.
And what are those felonies for?
Falsification of business records in the first degree, which is a Class C felony in the state of New York because of the predicate crime, meaning he was committing this crime in furtherance of another.
Okay. I do believe, so for example, ICE is the #1 organization that prevents sex trafficking and has helped and saved hundreds of thousands of people. And I think that's a big problem in the community, especially the state I live in.
I would like a source that the number one agency that goes after human trafficking is ICE, and also we had internal immigration enforcement prior to ICE. ICE just allows for the executive branch to have significantly more authority when enforcing the border laws, which I think is harmful because I think that there needs to be judicial oversight. So we can have internal immigration enforcement without it being ICE.
But I know that ICE is like one of the top people that has helped hundreds of thousands of people.
Okay, I mean, I think that's like a vague thing to say. They've helped hundreds of thousands of people. I mean, do you have a source for that? And then also, like, I would argue that people have been brutalized and abused by ICE, right, to a significantly greater extent.
And I don't
Especially
agree
because
with that
people have
either.
been literally deported without due process by ICE to Secot in El Salvador, which is a concentration camp in El Salvador where people are beaten and tortured and mistreated. Right, there are hundreds of people that were sent there.
Okay. Well, it's more research on my side. I'm still learning, but I do know that if crimes could be prevented for people that don't belong here, I support it.
Okay. If you want to prevent crimes from happening, again, why did you support the convicted felon over the former prosecutor, former district attorney, and former attorney general? That just doesn't seem to make sense to me.
I will need to do more research on that. I wasn't aware that he was fully convicted.
Okay, given that you do know this now, and given that this is true, would that be a reason to stop supporting him?
It would be. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. Well, you should take a look it up. Look up Trump convicted of 34 felonies, AP News.
Okay. Thank you.
Alrighty, for sure. Appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
Alrighty, let's go to the next individual. Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, everybody. Let's go on the next individual. Alrighty.
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Do you support Trump?
Yep.
And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Absolutely Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
Well, he's got all the legals out, the taxes.
What state do you live in?
I live in California.
What time is it?
It is 7 o'clock.
No, it's not. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Okay. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, everybody. We are just looking for debates, everybody. Only do send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Hannah, thank you for the budding heart. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Buzzcut Parker?
Definitely not a buzz cut. I'm definitely not doing a buzz cut. The fuck, bro? That's crazy.
Yo, I
How old are you?
hate niggers, nigger.
You're disgusting. Only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, good. Yo, I'm 18.
Do you support Trump?
Yep.
What's your birth year?
I was born in 2008, January.
Okay, and what state do you live in?
California.
What time is it?
5:40.
Can you name 3 states that border California?
Border California, Arizona. I'm not ready to go with states, really. But I am from California, but trust.
Only send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18, everybody. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, let's go to the next person, everybody. Again, only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. If you want to support me, as always, again, Venmo, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always. Alrighty, let's go to this next individual. Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Trump?
No, I do not.
Okay, we are just looking for debates. We are just looking for debates. Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. We are just looking for debates, everybody. Yeah, it's how old are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
How old are you?
I'm 21.
And do you support Trump?
Of course I do.
Okay, and if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
I'd vote for Trump.
Okay, why do you support Trump?
I'm just kidding. I don't support Trump. Fuck that guy.
Okay, alrighty. Why do you? Let's go on the next individual. Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Everyone, we are just looking for debates. Let's get this next person up here real quick. Again, please only send a guest request if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18.
I'm 18. I said I'm 18.
And do you support Trump?
Yeah.
And what's your birth year?
2008.
And what month?
January. Sorry.
And if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump, who would you rather vote for?
Neither. I don't vote for the big guy.
Only do send a guest request again if you're a Trump supporter above the age of 18. Everybody, we are just looking for debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hey, everybody, we got a second flag for harassment and bullying. I'm gonna hit a restart. There has been a lot of bans recently. All you have to do is hit a quick restart, click the profile picture in the top left, click the profile picture again, refresh. I'll be back in literally 10 seconds, everyone. Follow, make sure you can come right back. We'll be right back, everyone. Literally, if you don't want to have to deal with these restarts, I recommend to go over to the YouTube channel. We don't have to ever do the restarts there. I'll be right back here on TikTok. Give me just a quick second, y'all.
Bạn nào chưa biết mình hoặc sai số nhà cứ để lại để em tư vấn cho mình nha. Mình được con này em bán là 350k. Ngày hôm nay trên live này về cho bà giá hơi giá tốt đây ạ. 259k em bảo hành nhau các tình yêu 15 ngày. Nhận hàng các đằng KT hàng thoải mái cho em nhá. 40 đến 70 kg em nhận size con này đây ạ. Các nặng bao nhiêu cứ để lại để em tư vấn cho mình nha. Mét 53 55 kg size M cho em ạ. Các mét 53 45 kg size S luôn cho em này. Mét 53 45 kg size S cho em nha bà ơi. Ngọc Quỳnh này 62 kg vào luôn cho em size L. 62 kg cao mét 60 vào luôn cho em size L và Ngọc Quỳnh ạ. Đó, Quỳnh Thư này 1m53 57 kg, 1m53 57 kg size M luôn cho em bà ơi. Yên tâm cho em là vừa bạn thoải mái con này đi ạ. Form áo to ngang cho em rồi nhá. Form áo to ngang cho em rồi này, quần là quần cặp chun cho em đây bà ơi. Quần cặp chun cho em đấy nha, eo to em nhỏ gì vừa bạn thoải mái luôn cho em rồi. Ống là quần ống rộng đây cho em nhá. Đó, yên tâm cho em này. Yêu đùi to đùi nhỏ là vừa bạn thoải mái cho em rồi, không lo bị chật bị kích phần đùi cho em đâu nha bà ơi, mà cũng không rộng không hở được cho em đâu ạ. Về mình cứ lên form lên dáng thoải mái cho em đi, thấy ưng thấy thích thấy xinh thấy đẹp thì mình nhận hàng cho em nàng ạ, chứ không bây giờ nhá xin các nàng ơi, hết là em hết sạch em làm hết luôn đây nha. 1m52 55 kg size M cho em này, cao 1m54 45 kg size S cho em. Quỳnh Như đã săn, Lê Mai đã săn này, Ánh Trinh đã săn ạ. Em thấy đơn của tình yêu rồi nha, em hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm cho hai nàng nhá, 3 đến 5 ngày nhận hàng cho em và đi đơn tặng kèm cho mình một vé bảo hành 15 ngày. Ok la cha. Đó, Quỳnh Anh này 1m64 57 kg size M cho em ạ. Các 1m55 42 kg size S cho em nha bà ơi. 1m52 55 kg size M cho em ạ. Lê Mai đã săn, Quỳnh Hương đã săn, Khánh Chi đã săn là em thấy đơn của mình rồi này. Em hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm luôn cho mình nha. 3 đến 5 ngày nhận hàng cho em và đi đơn tặng kèm cho mình một vé bảo hành 15 ngày cho em này. 1m62 57 kg size M cho em nhá. Các 1m54 45 kg size S cho em ạ. Khánh Ly đã săn này, em thấy đơn của Khánh Ly rồi đây. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm cho Khánh Ly luôn nha. 3 đến 5 ngày nhận hàng cho em bà ạ. Không phải chờ hàng cho em lâu đâu nha bà ơi. Đó, bà Quỳnh này em thấy đơn của bà Quỳnh rồi nha. Em hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm cho bà Quỳnh 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em nha. Lê Hạnh đã săn là em thấy đơn của Hạnh rồi nha. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm cho Hạnh này. Em xin phép các nàng ơi, vừa được nhà giỏ này em lên thêm đi cho các bạn nhá. 5 con voucher 50k các bạn ạ. Ai đang trong live của nhà em này thấy voucher 50k mình săn luôn cho em đi nha. Chứ không bây giờ em chuẩn bị em qua mã mới về là giá gốc 350k đây các nàng ạ. Đó, xin phép các nàng lên nốt cho bà đây nha. Ngọc Hân đã săn em thấy đơn của mình rồi nha. Ưu tiên đơn sớm cho Ngọc Hân nhá, 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em ạ. Con nào vào được mình vào tay liền cho em đi này. Mét 54 52 kg mặc size nào được em? Mét 54 52 kg size M cho em nhé. Cao mét 55 45 kg size S cho em ạ. Ngọc Quỳnh đã săn, Lê Mai đã săn này, Ánh Nguyễn đã săn ạ. Em thấy đơn của mình rồi nha. Em hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm luôn cho mình nhá. 3 đến 5 ngày nhận hàng cho em này. Em xin phép các bạn ơi, 3 con voucher 5k cuối cùng thôi ạ. 3 con voucher 5k cuối cùng thôi. Cho em đóng rồi em về lại giá gốc 350k đây nha các bạn ơi, không còn là giá hơi giá tốt như ở trên live của nhà em nữa đâu. Nên mình cũng thích mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ của nhà em rồi mình vào tay liền cho em đi này. Thanh Hóa thì mấy ngày nhận ạ? Bà ơi Thanh Hóa tầm 3 đến 5 ngày nhận hàng cho em thôi nha bà ơi, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu. Hàng có sẵn đi đơn luôn cho em mà. Xem quần thử chị bà ơi, đây nhá. Quần con này nhà em đây nha bà ơi, ngắm cho em này. Quần cạp chun cho em, ống rộng giá hơn 20 cm cho em đây nha bà ơi. Không chật không kích được cho em con này đâu ạ. Và không lo bị bầu bị hở cho em đâu nha. Mã sản phẩm số 28 trong giỏ cho em nàng ạ. Em đang mặc là mã sản phẩm số 28 trong giỏ cho em nha. Bà ưng thích mà vào trong giỏ và check cho em này, xem còn size còn số của mình không, chứ không bây giờ này con này em là em không còn nhiều nữa rồi bà ạ. 2-3 con cuối cùng hàng có sẵn gì đó thôi, nên là mình vào trong giỏ mình check cho em nhá. 40 đến 65 kg em nhận size nàng ơi. Xin phép các nàng em ghi lại mã sản phẩm số 1 luôn trong giỏ cho bà này. Cao 1m53 45 kg mặc size nào được shop. 1m53 45 kg size S cho em nàng ơi. 1m64 62 kg size L luôn cho em này. Nguyễn Duyên đã săn, Lê Hằng đã săn, Minh Châu đã săn ạ. Em đẩy đơn của tình yêu rồi nha. Lê Minh Châu đã săn 199k quá đỉnh luôn cho em rồi nàng ơi. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm cho nàng Châu nhá. 3 đến 5 ngày này cho em nàng ạ, không phải chờ hàng lâu cho em đâu. Thùy Nguyễn đã săn này, em thấy đơn của các tình yêu rồi này. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm cho các tình yêu này. Cứ gói đơn trên like của nhà em cho em xin 2 chữ đã săn hoặc đã mua này, em nốt lại đơn xuống là cái hỗ trợ đóng đơn đi đơn liền cho mình nha. Vải gì vậy ạ? Bà ơi con này nhà em này, thô boa mềm của Hàn cho em, thoáng mát thẩm mút mối tốt cho em đi ạ. Không nhăn không nhỏ không xù mà phải cho em con này khi mình quay bắt đâu nha bà ơi. Ngắm cho em này, đó em vào cỡ đó mà có nhăn có nhỏ được cho em đâu. Và họa tiết theo tay hoàn toàn cho em nhé, không phải là hàng in máy cho em đâu nàng ạ. Yên tâm cho em, về nhận hàng đúng như trên ạ. Đúng như trên like trên hình em nói thì mình nhận hàng cho em này, không cho hàng quay về là trả em luôn, ok la cha. Nếu mà nhận hàng là hàng in máy thì không phải của nhà em đâu các nàng ạ. Nên là mình cứ KT hàng thoải mái cho em nha. Đó bà Quỳnh này, 1m64 57 kg size M cho em bà ơi, 1m55 42 kg size S cho em ạ. Bầu 5 tháng 62 kg mặc luôn cho em size L tình yêu ơi. Form rộng rãi thoải mái cho em này, form tăng ngang rộng rãi thoải mái cho em đây nhá. Và quần là em nhá, thiết kế cho mình quần cạp chun đây rồi, eo to eo nhỏ gì vừa vặn thoải mái cho em rồi nàng ạ, không lo cho em bị chập bị kích con này cho em đâu nha bà ơi. Cứ yên tâm cho em này, về trước khi thanh toán các bà được KT hàng thoải mái mà, lên form lên dáng cho em, thấy ưng thấy đẹp thấy xinh thấy thích thì mình nhận hàng cho em ạ. Còn không cho hàng quay về là trả em luôn cũng được, không sao cả các bà nha. Đó mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ của nhà em này, em nhận hàng rồi shop ơi, hàng xinh xỉu luôn đấy. Em cảm ơn tình yêu Mai Linh này, em thấy đơn của Mai Linh rồi nhá. Em cảm ơn tình yêu Mai Linh rất là nhiều này, cho em xin nhìn dán 5 sao cho shop nha bà Mai Linh nha. Bà Thùy ơi, em thấy đơn của bà Thùy rồi nhá, em hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm cho bà Thùy nha. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em nàng ạ, 199k quá trời hời luôn cho em rồi. Còn lần nào vào được cái giá là 199k mình vào tay liền cho em nhá bà ơi, chứ không bây giờ em xin phép nàng ạ, em còn vài con cuối thôi, em chuẩn bị em qua mã về giá 350k luôn nha, đóng giỏ về là giá gốc 350k luôn này. Xin phép nàng ơi, em còn 8 con cuối cùng hàng có sẵn thôi, em không nghĩ là mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ của nhà em là bà ủng hộ em nhiều đến như thế đâu các bà. Em xin phép nàng ơi, còn vài con cuối cùng em lên nốt nhá. Ai đang trong giỏ rồi đã săn được voucher 50k rồi này, đó 10 tình yêu đang trong giỏ mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ của nhà em này. Ai đang trong giỏ rồi đã săn được voucher 50k rồi mình nhắm mắt mình vào tay liền cho em đi nha. Muốn Hoàng Sinh mặc sớm diện sớm là mình phải vào tay liền cho em nhá. 1m56 55 kg vào luôn cho em size M bà ơi. 1m56 55 kg vào luôn cho em size M nhân tình yêu em ma nha. Em còn vài con cuối thôi các bạn. 8 con cuối cùng hàng có sẵn thôi. Chuẩn bị em xin phép các bạn ơi qua mã về giá 350k đây. Đó Lê Mai đã săn, Quỳnh Chi đã săn để em thấy đơn của mình rồi ạ. Nguyễn Hiền đã săn 199k quá đỉnh luôn cho em rồi đây. Con nào vào được vào tay liền cho em đi này. 6 con cuối cùng với giá là 199k thôi. Xin phép nhà bà em mang em vừa mới check này, em còn 2-3 con cuối cùng gì đấy size L thôi ạ. Bà ưng thích rồi bà vào tay liền cho em đi nha. Chứ không bây giờ em chuẩn bị em xin phép các hàng ạ. Xuống giỏ về giá 350k và đóng giỏ về là chế độ order 30 ngày đây nhá. Không còn là hàng có sẵn mà không đi đơn với cái giá là 199k. Như em đang chia cho các hàng voucher 50k như trên like đây nha bà ơi. Bà nào đã săn được voucher rồi mình vào tay liền cho em đi này. Chứ không bây giờ em đóng giỏ em về lại giá gốc 350k là không được giá hời giá tốt như này nữa đâu nha bà ơi. Đó bà Thúy này, 1m54 57 kg size M luôn cho em ạ. 1m52 55 kg, 1m52 55 kg size M luôn cho em bà ơi, không phải chờ hàng lâu cho em đâu nha bà Hạnh ơi, hàng có sẵn đi đơn luôn cho em nàng ạ. Quảng Ninh thì tầm 3 đến 5 ngày cho em nàng ơi, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu nhá, vì hàng có sẵn cho em này, sẵn tại kho luôn rồi. Cứ có đơn trên like của nhà em này cho em xin 2 chữ đã mua hoặc đã săn để em nốt lại đơn nha, xuống like cái hỗ trợ đóng đơn đi đơn liền cho mình nha. Bà Quỳnh này 1m54 57 kg mặc size nào được em? 1m54 57 kg size M cho em nhá. 1m55 45 kg size S cho em này. Đó Mai Hương đã săn, Lê Trang đã săn là em thấy đơn của mình rồi nha. Em hỗ trợ ưu tiên đi sớm cho mình nhá. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em thôi nàng ạ. Không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu. Em nhận được hàng rồi nè shop ơi. Nhận hàng nhanh không dự kiến luôn đấy. Em cảm ơn tình yêu Nguyễn Hồng nha bà ơi. Cho em xin cảnh giá 5 sao cho shop nha nàng ơi. Đó con nào mà đã nhận được hàng rồi này, thấy ưng thấy thích cho em xin cảnh giá 5 sao cho shop nhá. Giá bao nhiêu thế ạ? Em bảo lại giá con này cho mình này. này. Bình thường con này em bán là 350k. Hôm nay trên phiên live đang về giá hời giá tốt cho các nàng đây ạ. 259k. Em bảo hành hàng cho các tình yêu 15 ngày. Nhận hàng các nàng KT hàng thoải mái cho em nhé. 40 đến 70 kg em nhận size con này các nàng ạ. Các nàng bao nhiêu để lại chờ các nàng ở đêm tư vấn cho mình nha các bạn ơi. Không phải ngại cho các nàng ạ. Tránh lấy nhầm sai nhầm số và tránh mất thời gian đổi trả của mình, đúng không ạ? Còn con này nhà em thì các bạn cứ yên tâm là bầu vì con trên thoải mái cho em nhé. Form áo dài rộng to ngang cho em này. Yên tâm cho em nhé. Form áo dáng baby doll cho em rồi. Và form con này sẽ là dáng là chùm V3 cho em đây nhá. Quần là quần ống rộng cho em đây nhá các bạn ơi. Và quần cặp chun cho em. Nên là mình cứ yên tâm cho em này. Bạn nào vào được vào tay liền cho em đi nha. Chứ không bây giờ em chuẩn bị em đóng giỏ về giá gốc 350k đây rồi ạ. Hàng có sẵn em không có nhiều đâu nha các bạn ơi. Em chỉ có thể hỗ trợ ưu tiên đơn sớm cho bạn nào có đơn trên live của nhà em thôi nha. Đó bà Quỳnh này, 1m62 57 kg size M cho em nha bà ơi. 1m62 57 kg size M cho em nhá. Em vừa mới em nhả thêm giỏ em lên nốt cho các bạn đây nhá. 1 phút cuối với cái giá 199k em đóng deal luôn nhá bà ơi. Đúng 1 phút cuối xong rồi em đóng deal luôn này. Còn bạn nào vào đầu mình vào tay luôn cho em đi nha. Chứ không xin các nàng ơi, em chuẩn bị em qua mã về giá luôn đây nhá. Đó bà Kim Thư đã săn em thấy đơn của Kim Thư rồi nha. Đó, xin các bạn này em ghim lại mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ luôn cho mình nhá. 1 phút cuối cùng với cái giá 199k thôi ạ. 1 phút cuối cùng với cái giá 199k thôi. Cho em đóng giỏ em về lại giá gốc 350k liền đây nha bà ơi. 40 đến 70 kg em nhận ra con này đây ạ. Bình thường con này em bán bao nhiêu ạ? 350k. Riêng hôm nay trên phiên này đang về giá hời giá tốt cho bà đây. 259k em bảo hành hàng cho các tình yêu 15 ngày. Nhận hàng KT hàng thoải mái cho em đi ạ. Đang lên cho bạn là voucher 50k đây nha. Bạn nào săn được voucher 50k sẽ về được cho em cái giá là bao nhiêu ạ? 199k cho em nhá. Sàn đi hoài hỗ trợ cho mình cái giá dưới 199k mình vào tay liền cho em đi nha. Nhưng mà không phải là nàng nào cũng may mắn là được sàn hỗ trợ ưu ái cho giá hơi giá tốt đâu ạ. Chất vải gì vậy ạ bà ơi? Thô boy mềm của Hàn cho em nha nàng ơi. Vàng mát ở mút mối tốt cho em này. Không nhăn không nhỏ không sùn mà phải cho em khi mình quay bắt con này đâu nha. Đây ngắm cho em đi. Em vỏ cỡ đỏ bà ơi mà không nhăn không nhỏ mấy cho em đâu. Ngày nào cũng vỏ vậy á bà ơi. Không nhăn không nhỏ mấy cho em đâu ạ. Mình cứ yên tâm là mùa hè mình vận động thoải mái con vải này cho em đi. Không nhăn không nhỏ không mất thẩm mỹ cho em đâu nhá. Mà nhìn ngắm cho em này. Họa tiết nhà em theo tay hoàn toàn cho em nha bà ơi. Không có phải là in máy cho em đâu. Không phải in máy cho em đâu nhá. Hàng in máy thì không phải là hàng nhà em các bạn ạ. Về nhận hàng đúng như trên live như trên hình như em nói thì các bạn nhận hàng cho em này. Còn không mình cho hàng quay về là trả em luôn cũng được, không sao cả nha bà ơi. Đó bà Tuyết này, 1m54 55 kg size M cho em ạ. 1m52 45 kg size S cho em nha bà ơi. Anh Thư đã săn em thấy đơn của anh Thư rồi ạ. Lê My đã săn, Trà Nguyễn đã săn là em thấy đơn các tình yêu rồi này. Em hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm cho các bạn luôn nha. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em thôi nàng ơi, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu nàng ạ, bởi vì hàng có sẵn cho em mà. Đó Quỳnh Nguyễn đã săn này, Banda đã săn là em thấy đơn của mình rồi này. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm luôn cho nàng nha. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em thôi nàng ơi, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu. Nguyễn My đã săn, Lê Mai đã săn là em thấy đơn của mình rồi ạ. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm luôn cho nàng này. Quỳnh Chi đã săn em thấy đơn của nàng rồi nha. Ưu tiên liên sớm luôn cho nàng luôn nhá. 3 đến 5 ngày nhận hàng cho em nàng ơi. Hải Phòng mấy ngày nhận ạ? Hải Phòng 3 đến 5 ngày nhận hàng cho em nàng ơi, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu ạ. Hưng Yên thì mấy ngày nhận được shop. Bà ơi Hưng Yên tầm 3 đến 5 ngày cho em thôi nhá. Xin phép các nàng ơi, cứ nội thành Hà Nội này 3 ngày quay đầu về nhận hàng cho em. Còn các tỉnh thành khác thì cứ tầm 3 đến 5 ngày nhận hàng cho em nha các bạn ơi. Hàng là em chỉ dự kiến cho bạn là 3 đến 5 ngày thôi. Còn có thể là các bạn sẽ nhận được hàng sớm hơn trước 5 ngày cho em nhé. Nên mình cứ yên tâm cho em này. Mình đã săn được voucher 5k của nhà em rồi, mình vào săn luôn. Cứ mạnh dạn là thanh toán luôn đơn hàng cho em đi nha. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm cho bạn nào có đơn trên live của nhà em thôi nha. Chứ mình mà thêm giỏi em không hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm cho mình đâu. Mã sản phẩm số 1 đang cầm trên đây là size M nàng ạ. Các bạn bao nhiêu cứ đây là chiều các bạn ở em tư vấn cho mình nha. 10 tình yêu đang trong giỏ mã sản phẩm số 1 của nhà em này. Ai đang trong giỏ rồi này đã săn được voucher 50k rồi mình vào tay liền cho em đi nha. Chứ không bây giờ này em chuẩn bị em xuống giỏ về giá 350k đây nha các bạn ơi. Không nghĩ là mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ nha, mà các bạn ủng hộ em nhiều đến như vậy đó các bạn ạ. Hết là em hết sạch, hết là em hết luôn đây. Em còn vài con cuối thôi em lên nốt cho các bạn đây nhá. Nên là xin các bạn này đang trong live của nhà em rồi đã săn được voucher 50k của nhà em rồi nha. Muốn có hàng sinh mặc sớm diện sớm là phải vào tay liền cho em đi, thì em mới hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm cho mình này. Đó bà My đã săn này, Lê Thi đã săn này, em đẩy đơn các tình yêu rồi ạ. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm cho 2 tình yêu luôn nha. Xin các bạn ơi, đó ba nào vào được vào tay liền cho em này. Còn 2 bà kia chắc là chỉ chờ em ghi voucher lên để mình săn thôi đúng không ạ? Nên là mình đã ưng thích rồi mình vào tay luôn cho em đi nhá. Đó Ngọc Ánh này 1m53 55 kg size M cho em này, 2m53 45 kg size S cho em. Lê Hương đã săn em thấy đơn của Hương rồi ạ. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm luôn cho Hương nha. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em ạ. Quỳnh Ly đã săn, Lê Trúc đã săn em thấy đơn của tình yêu rồi đây. Thấy đơn của nào rồi nè. Thấy đơn của bà rồi nhá, đóng đơn sớm rồi em ạ. Ok là tình yêu ơi, xuống like cái hỗ trợ đóng đơn đi đơn liền cho mình nhá, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu nàng ạ. 1m64 57 kg size M cho em ạ. Cao 1m55 45 kg size S cho em nha bà ơi. Đó con nào vào được vào tay liền cho em đi nha, vài con cuối cùng thôi. Chuẩn bị đóng giỏ về giá 350k đây ạ. Mai Linh này 1m54 57 kg size M cho em nhá. Cao 1m62 65 kg size L cho em ạ. Ngọc Anh đã săn, Quỳnh Trang đã săn, Lê Quang đã săn này. Còn nào vào được vào tay luôn cho em đi nha bà ơi. Chuẩn bị qua mã về giá 350k đây ạ. Xuân Thủy đã săn 189k quá hơi luôn cho em rồi này. Còn nào mà được sản ưu ái hỗ trợ cho giá dưới 199k mình vào tay liền cho em đi nha. Không phải ai cũng may mắn là được sản hỗ trợ cho giá hơi giá tốt đâu ạ. Nên mình đã đã thích rồi mình vào tay liền cho em nhá. Em đã săn được 2 set 189k, quá đỉnh luôn cho em rồi tình yêu Phương Trúc ơi. Quá hồi luôn cho em rồi nhá. Bà ơi, bà mà ưng thích vậy à? Bà mà đã vào được cái giá đấy rồi bà vào tay liền cho em đi nha. Bà mới thấy bà đã săn rồi. Đó bà Thi này, em thấy đơn của bà Thi rồi nhá. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên lên sớm cho nàng Thi luôn nha. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em ạ, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu nha. Quảng Ninh thì tầm 3 đến 5 ngày cho em nhá, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu. Đó Lê Giang đã săn, Quỳnh Mai đã săn này, em thấy đơn của mình rồi nha. Em hỗ trợ ưu tiên lên sớm luôn cho mình nhá. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em nàng ạ. Giá bao nhiêu thể shop em bảo lại giá con này cho các tình yêu luôn nhá. Bình thường con này em bán là 350k nguyên một set như này cho em này. Hôm nay trên live này đang về cho mình giá hời giá tốt đây ạ. 259k em bảo hành cho các tình yêu 15 ngày. Nhận hàng các nàng KT hàng thoải mái cho em. 40 đến 70 kg em nhận size con này đây nha bà ơi. Cao nặng bao nhiêu cứ để lại cho các nàng ở đây em tư vấn cho mình nhá, không phải ngại cho các nàng ạ. Tránh lấy nhầm size nhầm số và tránh mất thời gian đổi trả của mình thôi nha các bà ơi. Đó nên mình đã thích mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ của nhà em rồi. Mình vào tay luôn cho em đi nha, chứ không bây giờ em chuẩn bị em xin các nàng ơi. Hết là em hết sạch, hết là em hết luôn đây. Vài con cuối cùng cho em lên nốt cho bà deal nhá bà ơi. Vài con voucher 50k cuối cùng này và vài con nào hàng có sẵn cuối cùng thôi. Hết là hết sạch, hết là hết luôn đây này. 1m54 55 kg size M cho em ạ. Bầu mặc được không shop bà ơi, bầu bị thoải mái cho em đi ạ. Form to ngang cho em, rộng rãi thoải mái đây nhá. Form áo thẳng baby doll cho em này. Form sẽ là form chùm B3 cho em đi nha bà ơi. Và quần sẽ là quần cặp chun cho em rồi. Co giãn thoải mái tốt cho em nhé bà ơi. Cứ là yên tâm cho em này, về lên form lên dáng cho em. Thấy xinh thấy đẹp thấy ưng thấy thích thì mình nhận hàng cho em ạ. Còn không mình cho hàng quay về lại trả em luôn cũng được, không sao cả nha bà ơi. Mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ của nhà em đang cầm trên tay là size M nàng ạ. FML nhà em chênh nhau có 1 cm chiều dài chiều rộng thôi. Mình cứ bù trừ vào cho em là ra nhá. Ghim lại liền cho mình này. Là bà Quỳnh này 1m53 57 kg size M cho em nha. Cao 1m55 45 kg size S cho em này. Mai Nguyễn đã săn, em thấy đơn của Mai rồi nha. Ưu tiên đơn sớm cho Mai nhá. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em ạ. Xin phép các hàng ơi, hàng ở trong giỏ của nhà em thì đều là hàng có sẵn hết các hàng ạ. Mình ưng thích con nào cứ cho em xin cái mã cộng màu của cân nặng chiều cao em sẽ lên và tư vấn cho mình nhá. Nếu mà có sẵn ở trong vòng live ạ. Ghim lại liền cho mình này. 1m64 60 kg vào luôn cho em size L. Tình yêu Quỳnh Nga ơi, yên tâm cho em là vừa bạn thoải mái nha. 70 kg con này còn vừa cho em này, mà mắc là bao 70 kg con này còn vừa cho em nhá. Và bầu bì con bon trên được cho em con này thì chị em chúng mình là cứ vô tư cho em đi nha. Đó Mai Anh đã săn, Lê Ánh đã săn là em thấy đơn của hai tình yêu rồi này. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên nhân sớm cho hai tình yêu luôn nha. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em đang ạ, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu nha bà ơi. Vải gì thế em? Bà ơi con này ngắm cho em này. Thô voi mềm của Hàn cho em nhất, thoáng mát và mũ mỡ tốt cho em đi ạ. Không nhăn không nhàu không xù mà phải cho em con này khi mình quay mắt đâu nha bà ơi. Tay ngắm cho em này, em vò cỡ đó nha bà ơi, mà ngày nào em cũng vò như thế luôn, tần suất vò là không có nhiều tần suất vò là không có ít đâu nha bà ơi. Đó ngắm cho em nào, không nhăn không nhàu mấy cho em con này được đâu ạ. Vải nhà em sẽ là các bà ơi mặc mát cho em nhé, không nóng không bí được con vải này cho em đâu. Về mình cứ KT hàng thoải mái cho em này, họa tiết theo tay hoàn toàn cho em, không lo cho em là hàng in máy đâu nha. Nếu mà hàng in máy này các bạn ơi không phải hàng của nhà em đâu ạ. Về mình cứ là lên form lên dáng cho em này, thấy xinh thấy đẹp thấy ưng thấy thích mình nhận hàng cho em đi, còn không mình cho hàng qua về là trả em luôn cũng được, không sao cả nhá bà ơi. Đó Minh Hương đã săn này, em thấy đơn của Minh Hương rồi này. Lê Mai đã săn, em thấy đơn của Lê Mai rồi nha. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên liên sớm cho hai tình yêu luôn nha. 3 đến 5 ngày hàng cho em ạ, không phải chờ lâu cho em đâu, hàng có sẵn đi đơn luôn cho em mà. Xin phép các nàng này ghim lại luôn cho bà nhé, vài con cuối cùng hàng có sẵn thôi này. Ai đang trong giỏ rồi xin phép các nàng ơi, chưa có ý định mua luôn xin phép nhà giỏ cho em ra nhá. Em thấy các tình yêu nhà em là còn lưu lửa mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ nhà em là nếu mà mình chưa mua luôn mình nhà giỏ ra cho em để các tình yêu nhà em còn có thể săn được nhá. Đó tình yêu Trần Thị Thảo này, mình chưa biết mình mặc size số nhau cứ để là chỉ các nàng đem tư vấn cho mình nha bà Thảo nha, không phải thêm giỏ đâu bà ạ. Thêm giỏ là thiệt mình thôi. Đó tự chuyển về chế độ order 3 ngày với cái giá là 199k chứ có với cái giá là 350k chứ không phải là 199k như em đang tri ân cho các bạn voucher 50k như ở trên live như này đâu. Mình ưng thích rồi mình phải vào tay liền cho em nhá. Mà thêm giỏi như thế 30 ngày sau mình nhận được hàng cho em với cái giá khác nha bà ơi. Đó, Quỳnh Ly này 1m54 57kg size M cho em ạ. Cao 1m52 44kg size S cho em nha bà ơi. Phương Anh này 45kg cao 1m60 mặc size nào được shop. 1m60 45kg size L size M luôn cho em nhá. 1m60 45kg size M cho em ạ. Nào vào tay liền cho em nha. 1m54 57kg mặc size nào được em. 1m54 57kg size M cho em này. Cao 1m52 47kg size S cho em. Đó, Quỳnh Ly đã săn Lê Hằng đã săn này, em thấy đơn của mình rồi nha. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên đưa sớm cho nàng luôn nhá. 3 đến 5 ngày nhà hàng cho em này. Sarah đã đặt nha. Ok là tình yêu Sarah nha. Hỗ trợ ưu tiên đưa sớm cho bà Sarah nhá. 3 đến 5 ngày nhà hàng cho em thôi. Các bạn cứ yên tâm cho em này. Nội thành Hà Nội 3 ngày quay đầu về nhận hàng cho em đi ạ. Còn các tỉnh thành khác cứ chờ cho em tầm khoảng 3 đến 5 ngày thôi là mình đã nhận được hàng luôn cho em rồi. Bởi vì hàng em là hàng có sẵn cho em nhá. Đang sẵn tại kho luôn rồi. Cứ đóng đơn xong là hỗ trợ đóng đơn đi đơn liền cho mình rồi là 3 đến 5 ngày sau mình nhận được hàng luôn cho em nhá. Nhận được hàng rồi, KT hàng thoải mái cho em này. Thấy ưng thấy thích thì mình cho em xem cái đánh giá 5 sao cho shop nha các bạn ơi. Sim các bạn này, không còn voucher trên màn hình của nhà em nữa thì em hết nha các bạn ơi. Tri ân vài con củi cho các bạn thôi mà. Đó là ưng thích rồi mình vào tay liền cho em này. Đó, bà Ngọc này 1m54 55kg size M cho em ạ. Giá thế nào hả em? Em bảo lại giá cho mình con này nhá. Mã sản phẩm số 1 trong giỏ của nhà em đây. Chất liệu cốt tông kết của Hàn cho em này. Đó, đi nguyên một set cho mình như thế này. Bình thường em bán là 350k, nhưng mà thôi ngày hôm nay em đang về cho các bạn giá hời giá tốt đây các bạn ạ. Bạn nào theo dõi em lâu thì biết nha. Bình thường nhà em là đây bình thường nhà em là 100-200 mắt xem các bạn ơi, chứ ngày hôm nay là em bị flop em mới dám về cho các bạn giá này này. Giá này em nói thật với các bạn là giá trải nghiệm thôi, giá này là giá chạm đáy cho em luôn rồi ạ. 350k em về cho các bạn là 259k. Em bảo hành những tình yêu 15 ngày nhận hàng các nàng KT hàng thoải mái luôn cho em đi ạ. 40 đến 70kg em nhận size con này bầu bì bon chen thoải mái luôn cho em. Ok là cho các bạn ơi. Chưa biết mình mặc size số nha, cứ đây là chờ các nàng ở đây em tư vấn cho mình này. Và xin phép đây nha các bạn ơi. Em vừa mới được nhả giỏ luôn đây, em lên luôn cho các bạn voucher 50k đây nha. 1 phút luôn các bạn ơi, với cái giá 199k luôn cho em ạ. Nãy ai chưa săn kịp voucher 50k của nhà em 5 con vừa nãy nha. Bây giờ mình vào săn luôn cho em đi. 1 phút với cái giá 199k nha các bạn ơi. Ai đang trong live của nhà em này đã săn được voucher 50k rồi mà muốn có hàng sinh